Hello everybody, and thanks for joining me for another video out here in the shop. This is Dave, your host, and today we're going to be working on a Daisy Model 95. Probably a short video, won't take too long, but I picked it up here a while back at a flea market last weekend and tore it down and got it redone, and so here's the video. Hope you enjoy it. Look what I just got out of the bore of the shot tube right here. I ran a rod through it and that all came out of it. So that definitely needs to be cleaned out good. Okay, here's the Daisy Model 95 taken apart in pieces. This is what she looks like before. I already did a little bit of sanding on it right there. The forearm that's cracked. I think I'm going to make a new one. The stock is supposed to be made out of poplar, and I have some poplar, so I think I'm going to make a new forearm out of poplar. And there's the tool that I knocked out real quick to take it apart with. And it's actually just a couple of nichrome welding rods that I knocked the flux off of and stuck it in a handle, and it worked perfectly to take it apart. Here's the retainer piece right there. So this is what it looks like before. Pretty rough. Okay, yesterday I did a bunch of work on this Daisy Model 95, and I'm getting ready to put it back together, so I thought I'd show you all the pieces and tell you a little bit about what I did with them. So the plunger assembly right here, the seal's a little bit deformed. There's still a couple little spots, but I soaked it in oil overnight, and it's nice and soft and pliable again, so I'm going to try it. I might have to replace it. I might have to pull this back out again and replace it. We'll see when I get it back together. The trigger was just full of gunk inside and everything. I got that all cleaned up. The cocking lever, all I did was hit it with a wire wheel. I contemplated buffing it out and making it real shiny, but that would be an easy job to do later on if I opted to do that. But right now, I want to get the gun back together and see if it's functional. The shot tube was all full of gunk. It was really greasy and oily and gunked up and everything, so I got it cleaned, and then I fire blued the cap on the end. Got that cleaned up. That cleaned up pretty nice. The forearm right here, severely cracked. Now you can go online and buy these. They run about, I think, $15 or $16. You can buy a replacement plastic forearm like this. But I opted to just go ahead and make a wooden one out of poplar, which is what the stock is made out of. Poplar, and I had some laying around, so I made one. And then on the end here, you can't really see because it's kind of missing, but there's a hook that it hooks into. So what I did, I drilled a hole, and then I counterbored another bigger hole and put a washer down in there so that metal tab fits into that, seats in that washer, and I epoxied that in rather than just relying on the wood to hold it, which eventually would probably tear out, chip out. But I did it all by hand. It would have been quicker to use a router bit, but I like doing handwork, so I just took a chisel and hollowed it out a little bit, and I didn't reshape the schnabel end on it. I contemplated doing that, but I thought I'll just do this for now so I can get it back together. I can always go back and do that later if I want. This definitely took the most work right here, doing the frame, the receiver and everything, getting all the rust off of it, and then cleaning it out inside. The inside was filthy, really caked up. It has a few little dings in it here and there. You can see one right here, Nothing really major though. And I did a fire blue on it. And it's not perfectly uniform, but I thought it came out okay. Definitely a lot better than what it looked like before. And you can read all the oil here. The right here, Daisy Model 95. You can see all that really well. And then down here, the patent number and the lot number, which that's how you can identify the age of your gun, is through the lot number. So I know this gun was made in 1975. It was actually made in November of 1975 is when this gun was made. And then the stock, I still have to do some more work on it when I get back together, but I just kind of put a really rough finish on it. It's still a little bit tacky, but I'm gonna probably get it back together and then touch that up later. So we'll go ahead and get this thing put together and see if it works. Oh, and also on the stock, I forgot to show you. The stock bolt right here, the factory stock bolt, was broke off down in it. So I drilled it out. Here's a picture of what I did. So I took a carbide cutter and I actually ground out all of the old screw, and then I plugged it with a hardwood dowel, glued that in place, let it set overnight, and then I've got my starter hole right there for my new stock bolt that I actually painted with black enamel because it's actually a chrome plated brass screw that I found that fits it good, so I painted it. My 1975 Daisy Model 95 is now back together and complete. And there she is. Yeah, I painted the rear and front sights. I put a little red paint on them. What else did I do? Here was the original stock bolt that didn't come from the factory. Somebody had pounded it in there, all mangled up, so I replaced it with that one right there. And this screw I'm not really happy with. This was the broke off one, and I matched it up to the same size as the one that was broke off, but it seems like the head size is wrong. So I may go back and fix that. Not really liking the looks of that too much, but overall, let's see if she functions. I put some BBs in it. Yeah, it doesn't have any power. It functions, but it doesn't have any power. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it back apart and put some new seals in it. But that's okay. They're real easy to work on, real easy to take apart. I got a little tool here now that I made out of a couple welding rods there for the spring compressor to take it apart with, so no big deal. So yeah, but I'm glad it functions and it looks a lot better than it did. Like I said, I'm gonna still do a little bit more work on the stock and the forearm, finish wise, but overall, pretty happy with how it came out. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I love hearing from y'all. This is Dave. See you in the next one.